Hello everyone, this is In-Game Arts with another boxing to break down of the demo. This is Iconoclasts for the PlayStation 4. Now this is a limit run physical copy, so getting a copy will not be the easiest. As well as the unboxing video was for the collector's edition version of the game. There is a standard version of the game as well, in case you're curious. This does come with the update version 1.08 on disc, but sadly there was a 137 megabyte update that will take you up to 1.10. But I've played the entire game and I didn't experience any bugs or any problems or any issues. So they don't think they need to have this update. Now, the game itself is your typical Metroidvania kind of style game. But what really separates it from your typical Metroidvania was more its story, as well as its very decently sprite-well graphics, as well as its crafting system, though limited. Now, the game starts off as you start as Robin, and you are being sentenced because you are doing illegal mechanical work that you don't have a license. Now, there's the organization or the religious group will see you as a sinner and therefore are hunting you down. Now, there's another factions out there as well that are the pirates and so forth. You will meet them. I will try to keep spoilers at a limit as much as I can. But as I said, the game will start you off from there immediately. It's like right on point where I just described, and that's all going to take place immediately. The game has really no intros at all. The game will just immediately start up, and you got to piece all everything together yourself. The game does have a big emphasization around religion, and if you're curious or don't know, the Iconoclasts meaning for someone to destroy or desecrate religious imagery or beliefs of items and images and so forth. Now, I'm not the biggest religious person, I would never call myself that, but I do respect and have some understandings of faith and have my own personal beliefs as well. So I don't mind religious aspects in game, whether good or bad. I like to see the subject be talked about, and the game does talk about two different religions, different factions, and different ideals, as well as extremists and zealots and other people who are, ignorant to the world, if you can excuse my language on that. I don't mind any of these sort of things in these topics, and I think the game handled it pretty good, as well as being funny, as well as being some delightful information for many people. The game is pretty fast and smooth and fluid. Again, as I said, it's a Metroidvania style game. You will be mostly hunting through the game, exploring and finding hidden items around the game. Now, there's not like hidden abilities. Mostly you will find parts as for the crafting system. And you use these as equipment slots, as you can see at the top left screen. You will see the 3 symbols at the bottom of my life. Those are like twerks that you put onto your character, and there's several kind of twerks on there, like increasing your wrench strength, as well as breathe longer underwater or spin your wrench longer. But every time you get hit or take damage, that ability will be taken away, and it has a limit to every one. The first one on the right side will go away, then it goes all the way down to the last one on the left. So it's important to be able to know which abilities you want to make sure to preserve the longest, so you would want that to be on the furthest left of your health. I know it's a little convoluted, but it is pretty neat and gives at least some uniqueness to the game. Now, the mechanic functions are not new in terms of, like, if you play games like Ratchet and Clank and with his wrench, it's kind of largely the same kind of concept. But it's still done very well. The characters and stories are very well done. I liked many of the characters, and some of them did aggravate me because of who they are and what they're doing. But at least they were very immersed, and it got me wanting to keep pushing forward and find out. Now, the game can get pretty dark and violent at moments. It will surprise you when it comes, bro. It startled and made me scream a little bit when it happened. I won't do spoilers, but it just took me by surprise for how colorful and cheerful the game is and how lighthearted it can be. It can get kind of dark, so careful on that. But the overall experience just left me jaw-dropped. The game's graphics and sprite work is just some of the best I've ever seen. I'm a big lover for sprite graphics and sprite graphic design, so to see this game is just jaw-dropping, and I would gladly shake the hands of the developers for just how well they did the sprite work and just how much work was put into it to make this beautiful looking game, as well as the story involved around it. Now, Robin doesn't really talk in terms of story, but you are able to choose what she says to a person or a certain scenario, so it's kind of cool that you can put yourself in her shoes and what you believe in or how you feel about a subject or what you want to do. Now, I don't think these decisions overly affect the game's progression or story, but it's still nice to feel like that you can contribute in your own way and how you want to play it or how you feel about the situation. Again, as I said, it's a very well game. Sadly, it is a limit run collection, so it's not going to be a really easy to get a copy at all. I actually these are one of the few limit run games I did not want to open because I love its box for the collector's edition. I'm really glad I picked that up because I love the Super Nintendo retro feel to it. So if I really had to highly recommend to try to get the collector's edition if you can. But remember, again, it's a limit run physical run, so there's not many copies, so it's going to be really hard to get one. For me, it's high up there. I really enjoyed it. I can highly recommend it. If you can find a copy or have a chance of getting a copy, I highly recommend you looking into getting it. It was fun. It had great soundtrack, great music, great graphics, great characters, and very fluid and rewarding gameplay, with some interesting boss battles to boot. It kept you involved, as well as it didn't feel like it was trial and error, that you just had to figure it out and learn as you went through it. So that was very well done. I can't praise this game enough as it is. I truly enjoyed it, and I could probably run through the entire game again if I so choose to. So, thank you all for watching. I will try to leave links down in the description if you instant copy, which again, I highly recommend, and sorry it is a limit run, so it won't be the easiest. But, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye-bye!